How much?
1860.
Ciao. So as you can see, we got our first snow a few days ago, which was very exciting. I'm out on a photo walk, probably one of which will be probably one of my last photo walks in Sofia, because we got our K1 visa. So we will be moving back to the United States in a couple weeks, and I started the channel early because I started recording the day that we went for our K1, well, that he went for his K1 visa interview. And I thought that would make a great first video, and then that didn't work out. They wanted apparently like almost 2 months to process stuff afterwards, which isn't unusual, but isn't what we anticipated. And so then I had my miscarriage, and I wanted to share that because I know that there are people out there who will never be interested in anything else that I do, but who that story will help them. And so I went ahead and recorded that, and then I just kind of jumped in. And this channel, I thought I was going to start it like as we were moving, but instead I showed you guys a little bit of Sofia. But yeah, now we are officially moving back to Oklahoma. I'm buying the plane tickets this afternoon. Of course, it's 2020, so who knows if something will slow the process down, but as of now, we expect to move in 2 weeks, so expect a lot more videos through that process. I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit today about what it's been like to be in Sofia. That's better. About what it's been like to be in Sofia during the pandemic. So I've been here for 4 years, and I love it, but I'm a travel writer, and part of why I live here is so that I could travel around Europe, and the other part of why I live here is so I could travel around Bulgaria, and I haven't been able to do either of those things in over a year. And so I've explored a lot more of Sofia, but even now it's like I can't go inside places, so you have to be kind of careful about what it is that you're doing. So I've been going on a lot of photo walks, but it hasn't and it's been great, and it's actually reignited my love of photography, but it hasn't been good content because people no one can come travel here right now. There's literally a travel ban, so being a travel writer trying to convince people to come here and how beautiful it is has been a little bit crazy. Right now we're not really under lockdown, but people act like it's a lockdown. They talk about it like it's a lockdown, but it's not a lockdown like France or Italy had. We don't have a curfew. We can leave our apartments. Basically all malls are closed, but even the pharmacies and grocery stores in the malls aren't closed. Independent shops are open, so I'm going to pick up some film in a little bit from an independent photo shop. Grocery stores are open. There used to be a few hours a day that were set aside for people over 65, but everybody hated it, so they canceled that. So there's no even special grocery store rules or shopping rules. We really try to not go out as much as possible when we do things like this that are completely outside. Masks are mandatory inside at all times. You do see people not complying with them, but I think people are getting better. You're supposed to wear them outside if you're going to be near people. So if you're waiting for a bus, you should be, and there's a crowd, you're supposed to be wearing a mask, but you see people not wearing masks all the time. What else? I mean, cases are getting pretty bad here, but it's hard to really, when we're going back to the US, and the US is so bad right now, it's hard to say oh, things in Sofia are bad, but it is about right now. If you look at the active cases, and then you'll guess okay, so probably 1 in 3 people are diagnosed. So that means there's probably 3 times as many cases as we know about, which I think is what they said is a good metric at this point. Then about 3% of everyone in Sofia currently has it. So I really do try to interact with as few people as possible. If I take a taxi, the taxis have guards up, I'm wearing a mask, the driver's wearing a mask, and I try to roll the window down so that I'm really just breathing outside air, going into small shops for quick errands and then leaving, doing activities outside like walking around the center and walking around Luland. This is the first time I've even left my apartment other than just to walk around my neighborhood or go to the grocery store in my neighborhood since so it's Friday so Monday. So yeah, so it's been this is 4 days since I did anything outside my apartment that wasn't just walk around my neighborhood or go into my grocery store. So it hasn't really been that bad. Cases were not bad over the summer, but now with restaurants and stores locked down for winter, people are starting to really kind of get antsy, and I'm noticing in the Facebook groups, the Foreigners and Friends in Sofia Facebook group, some of the people are starting to like protest lockdown, and it's like, you're not even locked down. Like, anyway, the medical system here is in danger of getting completely overrun, and that's why they introduced these harsh measures. One of the real problems is just that the economic support for people just really isn't there like you see in other countries. So, like the restaurant industry is really upset because they were supposed to get a percentage of help before that I'm not sure most people even got, and now they haven't reintroduced some of those measures. So I haven't personally, I feel like mentally I had a hard time, but like physically I have not had a hard time in lockdown. I live in a comfortable apartment, which you guys have seen. I have money for groceries. Over the summer, money was really tight because travel collapsed, but then I was able to work really hard and turn it around. So now it's really just a matter of my business needs to grow, and I feel like I lost a year of growth, but I'm no longer behind. And my fiance cannot work anymore because the restaurants are closed, so he's been at home more, and now we're leaving in 2 weeks. So we really, as much anguish as I have felt a lot of the time, it really hasn't been bad. Like, I've had it so much better than so many people. Okay, so I got divorced a few years ago, and I like to say, like, I had the easiest, most friendly divorce in the world. We didn't fight about things once. Everything was really easy, but divorce still sucks, and it was still a really painful, awful process, even though we both knew it was for the best, and it was, and we've made it as easy on each other as possible. It still sucked. I feel like my pandemic has been like that. Like, even though it's been as easy as possible, and I've been very comfortable, it still sucks. Like, there's no good pandemic. Anyway, so I'm gonna go a little bit about like what it's been like to be in Sofia in lockdown, which isn't really a lockdown at all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more information about our move back to the US or what life is like when we get there. And thanks so much for watching. Ciao.